This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
It's Staycation Destinations on Family Life. Each week all summer long, we map out unique opportunities for you to discover somewhere unique in Pennsylvania or New York. Perhaps you've been to Niagara Falls, but there's a fascinating place just around the corner from that majestic power of nature.
Hi, my name is Lou Panessa. I'm the Senior Director of Community Affairs for the New York Power Authority in Western New York, and one of my responsibilities is to oversee our Power Vista Visitor Center.
Almost everybody in the world has heard of Niagara Falls, but a lot of folks may not realize what you have going on at the Power Vista.
The Niagara Power Vista is the visitor center to the Niagara Power Project, which is one of the largest hydroelectric facilities in the United States. It's the largest hydro dam east of the Mississippi and a huge contributor to the energy of New York State. So we're located right across the Niagara Power Project's Robert Moses Dam, and the Power Vista is a multi-floor exhibit center that's geared to all ages, and we call it, a chance to experience electricity in a way that you could never experience it otherwise. Most importantly, it's free. Free admission, free parking. We're open 7 days a week except for a few holidays from 9 to 5, and it's a great family fun experience.
Tell us about what you offer to your guests.
The Niagara Power Project features more than 50 interactive exhibits, and it tells the history of hydropower in the area because this region is where Tesla and Edison did some of their greatest work. And so we get into that history a little bit. We also get into the geology of the region and tell you why this is the perfect place for a hydropower project and was going back into the 1800s. And now we talk about the future of energy as well, and it's fun and educational at the same time.
I know that in a lot of cases you really gear some of your educational and your interactive things to children or teenagers. I imagine there's some adults that are very interested in this, kind of science-oriented people or nature-oriented people. But talk with us about what families really appreciate when they come and visit the Niagara Power Vista.
Well, part of our mission is to help visitors extend stay in Niagara Falls. We're a tourism destination, and we wanted to give families something free, inexpensive, but high quality that would encourage them to stay a little bit longer in the Niagara area. So that's why back in 2016 we put more than $10 million into new state-of-the-art exhibits here, and it's designed for folks of all ages. As I mentioned, through the technology that we have, it's an RFID chip in our Power Player card, which all guests will receive and can take home with them. The person can log in, identify themselves as a child, a high school student, or thereabouts, or an adult. And some of the exhibits will even tailor the content and explanations to that kind of an age level. And the other great thing about the player card is all the pictures and experiences and games you play get stored for later viewing and downloading or even sharing on social media if you choose to do so.
Now, I know New York State is very big into debates on solar power and fossil fuel generated power and such, but I think people may forget, just looking at the beauty and the power of Niagara Falls, that the question of how water wheels work and how power generation happens because of the millions and millions of gallons going on there. Talk with us about the science and the history of the development of hydropower.
The Niagara Power Project was chosen as a location for our facility based on its height in the gorge. This is the highest spot in the gorge. And when you're developing hydropower, the head or the drop helps to generate more power. So we're located where we are because of the height location, which also makes it, a great place to view the lower Niagara River. We have observation decks that are about 350 feet above the gorge. Spectacular views, especially in the fall when the colors change up here. So, there's more to the Power Vista than a science center. It's also a great viewing experience. But anyway, when we talk about the drop, we have a ride here. It's a 4D simulator theater, and it explains everything through the hydrologic magical cycle, how a drop of rain falls down into the lake, and the journey that drop of water takes through the lake, into the river, into our power generating stations, and out. And it's just a fun experience. It's a 4D simulator. The seats move. You get a little splash of water. You get senses and smells, and it's a great visual experience that all families enjoy. And it's a great way to understand how our science works as well, and how we generate power through the spinning of turbines attached to a shaft and the electromagnets that create the magic as we talk about.
Our guest today, Lou Paonessa of the Niagara Power Vista, a free tourist site that is at Niagara Falls up in the far northwest corner of New York State. What else should people know about what they'll be able to see as they come and visit with you?
Not only how electricity is generated and the important role that is played here in business and industry in the Niagara Frontier, but you'll learn about the careers that are available. So we even have STEM areas and STEM exhibits where we want young children of all ages and ethnicities to see the types of jobs that are available and see themselves in it in the future. So we offer a lot of career development and even what it takes to do the jobs that are needed here. And we hope that we're going to be recruiting our workforce of the future through some of those exhibits as well. We have challenges and fun games to play. Working the grid that transmit electricity throughout the state and the nation is really a complex undertaking. You generate only the electricity you need. Now, of course, we're looking at battery storage and other things now and into the future. But generally, electricity is made as it's needed. And there's, we call the traffic cop, the New York Independent System Operator, regulates that throughout New York State and tells power operators like us at the Niagara Power Project how much to generate at any given time. We put children and adults in those situations, and we ask them to manage a simulated grid and make power where it's needed. And we throw some real-life examples at them as well. Maybe it's a real cold day and it starts snowing heavily, or maybe it's a real hot day and there's thunderstorms, and it's a highly interactive experience. We also have a touch table where people can build their own grid. And, you can spend 20, 30 minutes just kind of creating your own city, your own power projects, your own solar farms, and see how it integrates into the business and industry of the city you develop. So there's so many different hands-on and interactive exhibits that promote learning but are also very fun.
How many guests do you have come through Power Vista in a year?
Sure. We average about 100,000 people a year that come through. Busy in the summer tourism season, a little less busy in January and February when the winter's colder. But again, we're a great attraction if you're coming up to visit the falls in winter or coming up from youth sports tournaments or what have you. We're an extra added value, something to do for the whole family to extend your stay and make it worthwhile, because we're in a warm and controlled environment here in the winter. So, we highly encourage people to come at all times of the year. During the fall, we have a lot of special events, especially in September. We have what we call our annual Wildlife Festival, which is an indoor-outdoor great day. We'll get several thousand people to that. It's held in conjunction with National Hunting and Fishing Day, and we talk about conservation and other wildlife-type activities on that day.
And the price is certainly right, free.
Yeah, sometimes that's a blessing, and sometimes that's a misnomer. People think it's free, it can't be good. But, our primary business is to generate and transmit electricity. We're not looking, this is our contribution back, and we want people to come and enjoy it. So it's always free parking, free admission. But if you were to buy a ticket, you'd be spending $20+ on it easily.
We talk about finding somewhere close to home and fairly inexpensive. That certainly applies. Niagara Power Vista is a visitor center for the New York Power Authority, which, by the way, produces a fourth of the electricity used in the Empire State. We appreciate our tour guide today, Lou Paonessa of the Niagara Power Vista. I'm Greg Gillespie. Buckle up and enjoy your journeys.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.
Did you know the word pastor actually means shepherd? It makes sense. Shepherds are responsible for the safety and well-being of their flocks, making sure they get the right food, keeping away predators, and tending to wounds and illnesses. In the same way, pastors work day and night to lead their flocks in the way they should go. This can be exhausting. So Family Life invites pastoral staff to the 2024 Pastors Conference, Tuesday, October 22nd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Family Life in Bath, New York. Here, pastors will find rest and refreshment with a delicious lunch, worship music, and a message of encouragement from guest speaker Dr. Richard Blackaby.
It's God who builds the church. Ultimately, that is true. But do you understand that God in every age throughout the Bible has always chosen to work through leaders?
The conference is free, but registration is required. Go to familylife.org/events to learn more.